Bro, this randomly came to my head a second ago.
What?
Do you think you'll ever have a threesome?
I hope so. I'm getting old, cuz. I need it before I die. I'm getting old. I honestly want one. I'm not. The thing is, I wouldn't seek for one. If that makes sense. If it happens organically, I'm game. But I wouldn't try and pattern one. Because
searching for one is just long.
it's not.
It's
It's not the same authenticity.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
want to
what
fall into it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened, but just fall into it.
What about yourself?
I don't think I'll ever have
Yeah.
one. I obviously exactly the same thing you just said.
Yeah.
I want one.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen. Yeah.
And I can't be asked to, like you said, try.
Yeah.
And pattern.
When I talk to, sorry to cut you off. When I talk to certain girls, well, not certain girls, when sometimes when girls ask me if I've had a threesome or if I tell them if I've never had a threesome, they're surprised and shocked. Like, how have you never had a threesome? Blah 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 blah. And I'm thinking, like, a lot of the girls that have said it to me that they have had some are like between that 2024 range, but me between 2024, that was 8 years ago. So for me, it's not this. If I was 20 now, I would probably have a threesome now. Do you know what I mean? Because sex is different now. 8 years ago, sex, obviously people were having threesomes, but it wasn't.
Bro, I wasn't even on my radar.
Exactly. I was just trying to bang. not having threesome. I was just trying to get a lips.
Yeah,
lips
bro.
and a
20,
shubs.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
years old. A threesome was not on
8
my
years
radar.
ago, in 2011, like, come on. It's not the same. It's not the same. So that's probably the reason why. And I've been in a lot of relationships, so. And
That's
girls don't want. If you're in a relationship, obviously for obvious reasons, threesomes are just an invalid topic. So,
Bruv, I remember T, same again, T when I was with T. I told you she used to gas the thing. She used to lie. She used to lie all the time.
Unprovoked
Lies. She used to say all the time, like, oh, when it's your birthday, we'll get like, I can't remember what she said. We'll get like a prosy or something.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a threesome. And I was like, gang, like I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
here for it.
Yeah, of course.
I'm all over it. Never fucking happened. Never happened. It was never gonna happen.
Yeah.
She just, she'd like to get inside my mum's yard.
That was the way in.
That was, but yeah, it's one of them ones where, like you said, I don't genuinely. I think I had my opportunity and I lost it, and that one time, and I don't think it's ever going to arise again.
Yeah, same. Well, I've not had the opportunity, but I just don't feel like the opportunity will come.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that time where it didn't happen for me, with those two girls.
Yeah.
That was the way I want. The way I'm talking. Like you just said, like organic, and that was the way it was supposed to happen. And it never happened. And I just need to wash my hands of it now.
Yeah.
Before I die a sad and lonely man, I need to wash my hands of it.
Oh shit.
But
I would love one though.
It would be dope.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't dope, it would still be dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. If it wasn't the buffest girls or like the buffest scenario, but you can at least say you've had a threesome. You can take.
You just tick off. There's certain things.
List, yeah.
Guys just like to tick shit off lists.
Yeah.
I don't know. An imaginary list is just nice to tick it off.
I'm not that fast. I was like when I was a lot younger. But not fast per se. I was more enthusiastic about it, but I don't really care that much now.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. What? What?
Do you remember when we went to Miami?
Yeah.
When we were children. And
Children.
On the plane over, we wrote a list of all this shit. So for context, the fellas, we all went. There was 5 of us. We all went to Miami. We were just turned 21. We'd all turned 21. Fucking children.
Yeah.
And we'd convinced ourselves that Miami, where it's at. We wrote a list on the flight over there of all the shit we're gonna do. Like, what was it? Yeah, like threesome this, and
it started off light, like lips a girl, get a girl's number, fuck a girl, then threesome, and then get hair. Like all the things you can imagine was on the list.
Yeah, and it was like a point system, right?
Yeah.
And whoever had the most points at the end would win. I don't think anyone got any points.
We went in 2012. We were young. We were children.
Children. Absolute children. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And yeah, it was pathetic. I thought we were actually going to accomplish something.
No one was going Miami back then as well. I was vexed. I remember the year after, everyone on Instagram went Miami. I was fuming. And because it looked live. I was fuming. I feel like we just like, we paved the way, and then everyone
Bruv,
went.
we did, but we did it so wrong.
We did it so wrong.
We
were so young.
Well, yeah.
So naive.
Yeah. Naive is what it was.
Yeah.
We did it so wrong.
We needed money.
Fam, we tried to live celebrity Miami life on
a minimum wage,
on a student loan.
It didn't pop.
It didn't pop at all. It was the worst best holiday I've ever had.
Worst best holiday, yeah.
It was
100%.
fucking shit amazing. But let me talk to you about this thing. Yeah. So I was at work the other day.
Yeah.
And I got into a conversation with this girl about marriage.
Okay.
And it got out there, like not out there, but it got like in depth. And obviously, I've never really. I'm probably most likely definitely going to get married.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get married for the sake of. I don't want to get married for the reasons people would assume one person would want to be married.
Okay.
I don't want to get married to be married.
Yeah.
I would just end up getting married to make the person happy.
Okay.
And I would enjoy the wedding.
Yeah.
But the sanctity of marriage to me is not a thing.
Okay.
It doesn't really bother me. So I was intrigued.
Yeah.
Because especially since you come of more of a traditional background than I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
What your don't say it like that.
Huh?
Don't say it like that. Like yeah.
No, but I know what you mean though.
Yeah, you do.
That's what I'm saying. I know what you mean. It wasn't a dig. I just know what you mean.
So I thought, what's your mindset on marriage? Like, what do you think about marriage?
I want to get married, but I'm single right now, so it's not in my forefront. But it's the reason why I want to get married is because I for one, I love the sanctity of it. Like I want to know that I make one person happy and she makes me happy, kind of thing, and then we just ride out into the sunset. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not forcing it. I'm not out actively searching for it. Like the threesome thing, I want it to happen organically. And a lot of people, females especially, not necessarily rush into marriage, but feel pressured into marriage, especially African females, purely because of the culture system.
The girl I was talking to was African, for starters.
It makes sense. Yeah, it does. It speaks volumes. Because one, obviously their biological clock in terms of having kids and blah, 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 but more so their parents. A lot of their parents want to see grandkids and want them to witness their wedding and blah. They feel a lot more pressured. But for a guy, it's different because we've not really got a biological clock. We can get married anytime we want. It doesn't really affect us that much. So for context, my sister's married. She's got a kid. And as soon as she got married or as soon as she got engaged, my parents started asking me, oh, when are you going to get married? Blah, 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 all that stuff. I'm like, don't force me to get married because at the end of the day, it's my life, it's not yours. I understand it's coming from a loving place, but it does concern you, but in the long term, it actually doesn't concern you, kind of thing. Because at the end of the day, once I get married, that's probably me out of your life.
For the
rest of my life.
You'll be done with it then.
Do you know what I mean? So don't force it. Don't force it. Let it happen organically and let me find peace in what I want to find. Because 9 times out of 10, if something's forced or like something's rushed, you're just going to go into it for the wrong reasons, or you're just going to feel like, oh, let me just do it because I just want to settle down now. I'm done, blah, blah, blah. I just want to find that person. But you can't just actively go out and find that person. 9 times it just falls in your life. It just happens. Once you go on a couple of dates, you feel like, oh, this person's pretty cool, blah, blah, blah. You just manage to find that person. But like I said in like 3 episodes ago or 2 episodes ago, African backgrounds back then, so our parents' generations, think differently to this current African generation.
Yeah.
So my parents have known each other since they were teenagers. They went to the same school, all of that stuff. And they've known each other since they were like 12, 13, around that age. And my mum is 62, my dad's 60, almost 63, 64. So that's over 50 years, or roughly 50 years. Do you know what I mean?
Christ.
So for them, and obviously technology, there was no technology back then. There was no phones, there was no internet, there was none of that. So all they had was that communication, and that's all they knew. So they had to go out and link. They had to go out and do you know what I mean? So for them, and it's the same obviously in England as well, but for back in Africa, it's completely different in Africa compared to any Western civilization. So for them, that's all they know. And that's the reason why a lot of African parents have known their partners for X amount of years, because that's all they knew. They were brought up with that. So when they moved over here, they still adopted that culture in terms of you necessarily have to find someone, but 9 times out of 10, African parents want you to marry an African. Not predominantly. Ideally, where you're from as well. So my mum would ideally like me to marry a Nigerian because I'm Nigerian. Because of the adaptability of it for the kids and blah, 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 which is understandable. But my mum knows me now. Like, it's not necessarily because I don't want to marry a Nigerian or I'm not going to marry a Nigerian. It's just because I am not, I take pride in my heritage, but I'm not actively around Nigerians on a day-to-day basis to even attempt to find a Nigerian. I was when I lived in London. And I was when I was in like secondary school and uni and all that, because that's the crowd I was with and that's the crowd I was around.
Yeah.
But obviously when you move out of that city, move out of that complex or comfort zone per se, you experience other things. And they've succumbed to the fact that like I said in the other episode, I'm most likely probably not going to marry a Nigerian. And my parents have succumbed to that because they much rather me be happy with whoever I'm happy with rather than forcing me per se into marrying a Nigerian and me be not miserable but just be content with life. I don't want to be content with marriage. Do you know what I mean? That's pointless.
Exactly.
I don't be content. It's like, why be content when you can be happy?
Yeah, well, that's basically what the conversation was about that we were having. Was more in terms of yes, being happy with the person, but basically, how do I describe it? So basically, what her example basically she used was that she had she started asking me, she was like, oh, do you think you're going to get married? And I was like, I don't really give a fuck if I get married or not. But I said, if I do, it will be to make my partner happy, because I could take it or leave it, to me.
Okay.
And she said, why is that? And I said, because basically the way I feel, I don't feel like I need marriage to show how I feel about someone.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't feel like, I don't ever want to be in a relationship in where anything changes from the day before we're married to the day after we were married.
Okay.
So she was trying to say that basically she had a situation where she got cheated on.
Okay.
And she was living with the guy.
Oh, wow.
And he cheated on her. And then one of his justifications or one of his reasons was that they're not married. And I was like,
that's wild.
Bro, she said that and I was like,
that makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. She was like, well, he had a point. And I was like, no, he didn't have a point.
Because so she's trying to say if he cheated on her the day before the wedding, it's fine.
Bro, she's basically trying to say she thinks that he'll be less likely to cheat if they were married.
That's stupid. That's naive on her part.
Bro, stupid. And basically what she was trying to say is that marriage it's got more sanctity to it, which I can understand, especially from a more traditional standpoint.
Yeah.
It has more sanctity to it, but I don't think it should. I said the reason why I wouldn't want to get married, or one of the things that will stop me from getting married, is because it's more complicated to leave someone when you're married. And not just saying because I want to leave someone, but what I am trying to say is that I would feel more gratified in my life, making it as easy as possible for my partner to leave me at the drop of a hat, so that I know when they've stayed with me for all this time, it's because they well and truly wanted to.
Yeah.
Not because we have a house and kids and paperwork and it's going to cost this much to do it. Because she was talking about she literally said yeah, well, when you've got all these things and you've changed your name and you've done this and she was like, you might think twice before doing something that you might do in a relationship. And I was like,
That's
but
stupid, man.
I don't want my wife thinking twice. If she's going to do something, go on and do it. If you want to suck some guy's dick, go and suck his dick in it. Don't think twice about the formalities of our situation.
Yeah.
If you want to cheat on me, cheat on me. If you want to leave. I want to be with someone who wants to be with me.
Yeah.
And I said and she was like, yeah, I know, but obviously you've made, and I said also, is that I wouldn't want the vows and the tradition of marriage to hold someone back from living their best life.
Okay.
So if, for example, what I was trying to say is I don't, in this day and age especially, I don't necessarily always think it's fair to make a promise to someone. Like you said, your parents have known each other for 50 years.
Roughly, yeah.
So I don't expect to be the same person I am today in 50 years' time.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair for me to expect someone to hold a promise to someone they knew 50 years ago and keep that promise 50 years later when I could be a completely different person. So when I was 18, for example, obviously I'm 28 now. When I was 18, I was a different person.
Yeah.
So if I'd married someone when I was 18, the values and the personality and all this stuff that I have now could be completely different.
It was completely different.
It is completely different to how I was when I was 18.
Yeah, of course.
So let's say the girl that I'm with, we get married. Excuse me, got something in my throat. We get married when we're 18. I turn into the guy I am today.
Yeah.
She says exactly the same.
Yeah.
We don't have any common interest. We don't really get along. We don't necessarily even like each other anymore. It's not fair for me to expect her to uphold the promise to the person
that you were
that was, because I'm not the same.
Yeah.
And ideally, yes, you want to meet the person that you grow together with.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like I was saying to her, like it's kind of like your brethren from school. When you was in school, you might have had 15, 20 of your boys that you're all best friends, and then everything's blessed.
Yeah.
And then now when you're nearly 30, you might have like 2 of them left.
Yeah, of course.
But there's no hard feelings about that.
That's life.
Yeah, that's just life. You just grew apart and you're different people. So why would you stay together? Why would you still be friends? Just because you're friends at school?
Yeah.
Like that's dumb. It's just going to make everyone unhappy.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way that about a relationship. Like,
Okay. I see where you're coming
down the line, if we're different people,
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel obliged
Yeah.
when you come home from work and think, I don't actually even like this guy. Like he's not the same guy. And it's not necessarily a bad thing that he's not the same guy.
Yeah.
But
It's just not.
I don't love this guy anymore. Like it's just not. It's just not him who I loved then.
Yeah.
And I'm not the person who I was then either. And he doesn't love me. Like I don't want to tie someone down and make it difficult for them to have a happy life when they could go and find someone that they do love.
Yeah.
Like I sound horrible, but like for the last like 3 girlfriends I've had, I've told them straight, bro. Like if I love you today, I love you today.
Yeah.
If I don't love you tomorrow, then I don't. I'm sorry. And that's a very, very, very black and white way to put it.
Yeah.
And I'm not so much of a sociopath that I could ever just stop loving someone tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I feel like there is a certain reality to life in that there's just no point lying to yourself. I think like stuff like sometimes, not even to be disrespectful or anything like that, sometimes the concept of tradition is so easy. You can so easily just whitewash real life.
Yeah.
People love to whitewash real life and make out like real life isn't real life when it is.
Yeah.
And if you don't like someone, like she had the audacity to tell me like, James, you're thinking too much about emotion. You need to take it. It was the most, no offense, it was the most African thing I've ever heard anyone say. She was like, marriage isn't about emotion. You need to take emotion out of it. Like it's not practical. And I was like, basically, what are you saying? This is my life. I'm going to die one day.
Yeah.
I'm going to die one day.
Yeah.
And when I look back at my life, I don't want to think like I took emotion out of it because it was impractical.
Yeah.
And I stayed with someone that I didn't even want to be with
because
I made a vow to them way before I ever knew this was going to happen.
Let me speak on 2 things regarding. Well, one is regarding this, and one is a little bit of a tangent. So when you're talking about tradition, so obviously still in this day and age, not in Western civilization, but in Eastern civilization, there's still a lot of arranged marriages. Yeah. In like India, Africa, like parts of Asia, all that shit.
Yeah.
And that's because again, tradition. The parents brainwash the kids like, you have to marry this person, you have to marry someone from your culture or someone from your race or someone from this or someone from that. And because kids have not experienced anything else, they're brainwashed into it and they're like, this is all I know. Clearly I must do it. And then clearly I have to teach my kids this. But the thing is, they're not necessarily miserable, but they're not happy because that's all they know. And they've kind of like been forced into that situation. And they, like I said, that's all they know. So it's practical as a whole family thing, but within the same breath, they may still grow to love that person that they've been forced to be with per se.
That's true, actually, yeah.
But it's not, it just blows my mind that things like that still happen because they're not exposed to everything. And that's the reason why I, for one, don't want to just marry a Nigerian because she's a Nigerian if I marry a Nigerian. But within the same breath, I wouldn't want like my mum or my dad or like my extended family to look at me if I don't marry a Nigerian and think, why aren't you marrying a Nigerian? Because they're only asking themselves that question because that's all they know. Not necessarily because they care about what I feel like and like my happiness. Who are you to tell me who I should marry? At the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, all the people that are asking that question, I'm probably only going to see on my wedding day anyway. So you're irrelevant to me. You're irrelevant to me. So how dare you even ask me that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So traditional, when you say tradition, stuff like that is very jarring and very like, annoying because they need to break out of that cycle. But obviously, a lot of people, and for generations to come, still won't break out of that cycle because that's all they know.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
It's bad, and it's crazy that some people live that kind of life and live that kind of world or reality. And completely off the topic. So obviously, you guys know I live with a female. Her name is Bella. So this was about 3 weeks ago. I said to her, this is like not that day specifically, but this period of my life is probably the best period of my life that I'm ever gonna have. And that's taken into account. I know I'm going to get married. I know I'm going to have kids. I know I'm going to do all of that shit in my life. But this moment in my life is fucking fantastic. And I'll explain why.
I'm happy to hear it before you've even explained anything.
I'll explain why.
Yeah, go on.
Because the reason why I thought about it then and I'm thinking about it now is because I said 50. Obviously, I said my parents have known each other for 50 years.
Yeah.
So 50 years is a long time. We're only coming up to 30 years. And we've probably, if let's say we die at 80, 90. So we've still got another 50 plus years to go.
Yeah, bruv.
So my job isn't the best job in the world, but I still strive and still go for it. Your job isn't the best job in the world, but you still have fun sometimes. You know what I mean? You still laugh.
Yeah.
We're doing a podcast. It's fucking jokes. Like, I live with Bella. It's fucking hilarious. Like, do you know what I mean? We train all the time. We have opportunities that you wouldn't even dream of 10 years ago.
Right.
And we're literally in the realm of living our best lives. Because in 50 years, I'm going to have grandkids. I'm probably going to forget that 50 years ago, I lived with Bella. 50 years ago, we started a podcast. 50 years ago, I was living in Manchester, you were living here, we were living our life because our lives would be so different.
That's crazy.
Because in 20 years, I will be married, hopefully. In 20 years, I'll be married with a few kids that are older. And I'm going to think back on this time like, fuck, I was happy back then.
Yeah, boy.
I was happy back then. So, long story short, just take life as it comes, man, and just fucking grab it by the balls and have fun.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I literally think it sounds like such a simplistic, stupid thing to say and an immature thing to say to a lot of people as well. But like, I think over the last year or two, especially, I literally only feel like people should just do what's fun all the time.
Yeah.
And even like, it sounds stupid, but you want to get the best. This really breaches onto another topic that I'm going to bring up on the next episode that we're doing a bit, because it's a long one.
Yeah.
But like, you should just do what you want to do. And it sounds, like I said, it sounds stupid. It sounds like simplistic. It is such a dumb thing to say, an immature thing to say. But there are certain aspects in that people keep saying things to me like, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. Or like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And when you just say, just do it, they're just like, no, I can't because of this.
You can.
Just do it, bruv. Like, just do it. Like, we want to start a podcast, just do it. Like, I've got a guy at work who, bro, he's been working at this joint for 11 years. And he's way into his cycling and stuff. So I said to him a few weeks ago, I was like, oh, it wasn't a few weeks, it was months ago now, actually. But I said, do you want to retire here? He's in his 40s and he's worked there for 11 years. Oh, wow. I said, do you want to retire here?
Yeah.
Which seems to me like a very reasonable question.
Yeah.
You worked there over a decade and you're in your 40s. And he was like, hell, he looked at me like a piece of shit. Like, are you fucking crazy? No, I don't want to retire here.
Yeah.
Like, hell no, I don't want to retire here.
Yeah.
Like, why would you even ask me that? And I was like, because you've worked here for 11 years.
Yeah, and you're 40.
Yeah, and you're in your 40s. And then he was like, nah, man. I was like, so what do you want to do? And he was like, oh, like, to be honest, he's way into cycling. He's like, I'd love to work in a bike shop. Like, I'd love to work, like, repairing bikes and, like, I didn't even know what you do in a bike shop, but he wants to do whatever you do in a bike.
Motorbike or bicycle?
Bicycle.
Okay.
He's really into, like, road races and all that kind of shit. So he loves bikes.
Yeah.
And he was like, I want to work in a bike shop. And I was like, go on then.
What's holding you back?
Bro. I was like, do it. He was like, nah, I couldn't do it because I got this, I got my mortgage. I was like, fuck your mortgage. I was like, bro, no offense. You ain't got a girlfriend, you ain't got a wife, you ain't got kids, you've got zero responsibilities.
Yeah.
You've got zero responsibilities. You can afford to take a pay cut and go work at this fucking bike shop.
Yeah.
Trust me. Because I've got more responsibilities than you, bro. And then like, I said, just do it. And he was like, oh no, man. And then after like half an hour of me being like, do it, fucking do it. And he was just like, bro, to be honest, no, I'm too scared to do it and I'm just never going to do it. It's one of those things that I've come to terms with that I'm just never going to do. And I was like, dude, like, it's such a cliche to say you only live once, but honestly, you actually do.
Only live once.
You genuinely do.
Yeah.
Like, people forget it.
Yeah.
Like, people act like death isn't a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, you genuinely, this is it.
Yeah.
Today's the youngest we're ever going to be.
Yeah, fuck, yeah. Preach.
Today's the youngest we're ever going to be.
Preach.
And, like, there's shit, if you just don't do it, you'll never do it.
Yeah.
And what is the point in dying thinking I really wanted to do that thing, but I was too scared.
Yeah, you didn't fulfill your dreams or whatever.
Yeah, man, just chase shit.
Man
And I
said
was
he
like,
wants to work in it's not even that hard. Work in a bike shop. That's not
fucking
even
easy,
that's
bruv.
not
It's not like you said you want to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
It's like, bruv, work in a fucking you could go get a job today. On your lunch break.
On your ones, fam.
Bruv, take a walk to the closest bike shop and you'll probably get hired.
Yeah.
You know a lot about bikes. And I was like, bruv, just do it. Like,
Yeah.
why not? Just fucking do it. And you're going to end up you will end up retiring here. And then you'll be thinking, do you remember when James asked me 20 years ago if I want to retire
That's
here?
what I'm saying. Like, we're living our
said
best
no.
life.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
some
yeah.
people are and some people aren't. But I personally feel like I fucking am. I'm living my current best life. Because
100%.
some days aren't the best, some days aren't the worst. But it's the up and down. It's the in between. It's that race that keeps me going because I love life.
Bro,
I honestly love my life.
Life is fucking sick.
As hard as it gets or as easy it gets some days, I fucking love my life. Because like I said, 50 years from now, when I'm sitting down, old as fuck, looking at my kids and looking at my grandkids, fucking playing around during Christmas or whatever, I'm going to think 50 years ago, I was happy.
Bro, 50 years ago, I was sitting here telling people that life is fucking sick.
I was happy, bro. Just laughing, going out.
Just laughing.
Chilling. Because it's never going to happen again.
It is.
This period of my life is never going to happen again.
That's making me sad.
It is. It made me sad, but it made me so happy.
Oh, yeah,
when the realization came, I was like, fuck.
Right.
Because life, as short as life is so long. Let's say we all live a healthy life. Like I said, we die when we're 89, 90. That is a long time, fam.
The longest. I don't want to live that long. That's how long it is. I don't even want to be alive.
That's what are we now? We're going to be 30. What, 90? What's that, 50 years? 60 years. Fuck it out. 60 years. That's almost as old as my mum now.
Yeah, if your mum's life started all over again, that's us to 90.
Bro, do what you want to do in life, man. Do what you want to do in life.
It's not even a case of you're right. The thing is as well, you're right. People say like, life is short. Life actually isn't short.
It's short, but
it's long. It's long as fuck. And the vast majority of it is going to be you with a bad back.
Yeah.
The majority of your life, you're going to have a bad fucking back and you're going to be grouchy.
Yeah.
And you're going to go to sleep at 9 and wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning because it's raining outside and your knees hurt. And bruv, it's just, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, bruv, it's going to be long. So just enjoy it all the time. Just enjoy it all the time. Obviously, there's going to be shit that you just don't want to do.
Yeah, that's life though.
But that is life.
That is literally the roller coaster.
And like you said, like I moan about my job all the fucking time, but the other day I had an in-depth debate about fucking marriage with some random African girl at work, and it was riveting.
Yeah,
because I was cussing her.
Yeah, you were in deep in it.
I was in deep.
You were there
in deep for like 15, 20 minutes. And I was like, this ain't never gonna happen again. And it was awesome. And I was like, fuck, I wish there was a camera on right now. But yeah, man, it's nuts. Like you have to go for it. And like that's what I say in terms of what you just said, about like just have fun. Like it sounds horrible, but if I've been with my partner for 10 years, 15 years,
and you wake up
and I wake up one morning and I'm just like, do I actually get along with you? Do I actually get along with you? I don't think I do. I don't actually think I want to be with you. Like 100% just go. Yeah. Just lock it. And like it might suck for your partner and stuff like that. The whole thing I'm saying, like have fun, do what you want. Try not do what you want to the best of your ability without actually hurting other people. Yeah. Is the best thing. If you're just hurting people left, right, and center, don't be a cunt.
We're not saying do what you want and go fucking fuck everyone on road because that's what makes you happy. No.
Yeah. Like do to the best of your ability, have as much fun as possible. Yeah. And obviously don't ever let anyone else hold you back from actually what you want to do. Don't let the fact that you've been with someone for, like I said, oh my God, I said to the girl, I said like, I want to, like, if I want to leave in 10 years, I want to leave and I'll be happy about that. Like doesn't mean that you have to just hate that person because you don't want to be with them anymore. And I was like, and she was like, no, because like that's a waste. And I was like, here we go with this waste shit. Don't talk to me about waste because like girls, especially only girls, I've only ever heard a girl say it, but this whole waste, like, you spend 3 years with someone and then you break up, like, what a waste. What did you waste? And she was like, oh, because, like, she was on about that guy she was with. And she was like, oh, we were together for this long. We moved in together. Like, obviously, I invested my time. I invested my love and then all of this. And I was like, yeah, but you didn't invest. Like, investment is a stupid thing to say because you didn't invest your love so that it will be reciprocated in 10 years' time. Yeah. You invest, everything you invested was to get immediate gratification.
Yeah.
You moved in because you wanted to live with him then.
Yeah.
You invested love because you wanted to love him then.
Yeah.
Like you invested your time because you wanted to spend time with him then.
Yeah.
Like that's not an investment. You did what you wanted to do for the time that you wanted to do it because you enjoyed it at the time that you were doing it.
Yeah.
You weren't doing all these things thinking, fuck it, I hate spending time with this guy, but I'm doing it because I want to be married in 10, like this many years time. So I'm investing this. And then he fucked you over. So you spent years being unhappy because you didn't actually get what you wanted. Like that's an investment.
Yeah.
But you loved the guy. You did what you wanted to do with the guy at the time you wanted to do it. So don't call it an investment and don't call it a waste because you probably eat sushi now when you didn't eat sushi before.
Yeah, you learn so much about someone, A, when you live with them, and B, once you spend a lot more time with them. So it's not a waste because at the end of the day, so many values or so many traits from another person can impact your life.
Yeah,
like
man.
you said, like sushi. If you didn't eat sushi before, but your partner brought you in and thinking, fuck, there's so many different types of
sushi's
foods
nice.
out there.
Yeah,
I personally don't like sushi.
Yeah,
for
but
obvious
for
reasons.
an example, yeah.
So yeah, it's not a waste, man. You learn so much from people.
That
But
waste
I can
is
understand why people say it's a waste because they feel like, oh, got to start over again, blah, 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 blah. But like I said, as short as this life is so long, so long.
Start again then.
Like, for prime example, Keanu Reeves only just recently found a girlfriend or got a girlfriend after a decade, and Keanu Reeves is 55. 55.
That's 45 to 55.
55, and he's just got a girlfriend now. Or recently. Like, and he's lived his life. Man's been doing movies since The Matrix.
Bruv.
That's 20 odd years ago.
Since way before then as well.
And now man is happy at 50 fucking 5.
And now he's got 50. He's rich as fuck, so he's definitely gonna live to 100. So now he's got 55 to 100 to just chill and be happy with.
So you, man, it's not every day. Because your friends are doing it doesn't mean you have to do it as well. That's another thing. Peer pressure takes a toll, especially on females.
Bruv,
I understand the biological clock factor for females. So that pressure I understand because females want kids whilst they're younger so the kids can be healthier, which is very, very, very understandable. And I will never knock that. But within the same breath, you just also need to live your life and let things happen organically. Because like we were saying before, let's say, for example, this girl you were talking with stayed with her ex at the time, even though either she didn't like him or he didn't like her. They had a baby, blah, 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 blah. That baby may grow up to resent the father because of what the mother tells the baby.
yeah, 100%. 100%, bro.
But that's got nothing to do with, like, the baby will never have his or her opinion of the father because the mother will be feeding him rubbish, absolute rubbish.
100%, bro.
And so like it's not. That's not what life is. That's not what life is. It makes it harder because that's what you're telling the kid. Whereas you should have just locked it when you know, or he should have locked it when they both knew it wasn't working out, and then start again. Because as short as life is fucking. Keanu Reeves has just found a girl at 55. 55. That's still 27 years away from me now.
Bro, exactly.
And I'm 28.
And I know he's been living his life this whole time.
Fucking hell, man.
And like the whole thing is like, people say, oh, I don't want to start again and stuff like that. Bro, guess what? Starting again is actually fun.
It's so
when
much
you
fun.
invest yourself into it, when you put
Yeah.
actually effort into it,
Yeah.
it can be fun,
Yeah.
bro. When you get those first date jitters, that first lips, bro.
Oh!
The first nut.
I love a first lips. I love to kiss. I love to kiss. I'm a lipser. I love to. Oh, fuck you know.
Bro.
First kiss, yeah?
Those, bro, when you're just there and you're like, all right, cool, first date,
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
this,
yeah.
get a few drinks down you, and then the conversation starts
It's
flowing. Give me that. I miss
all
that.
of that.
Bro, give me that.
Give me all of that.
I love
Jesus.
shit like that, man. So yeah, starting again is fun, man. Shut up.
Long story. Shut up.
Shut up, man. Starting again is fucking fun. And then if that one doesn't work,
There's got to be
and there's
another
another
man.
talking stage down the drain, who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? What is with this end goal shit all the time,
There's
man?
3.5 billion mandem in the world. 3.5 billion gal in the world. Like,
You're fine,
you're fine.
bruv. You're gonna be all right,
You're fine.
bruv. It's just I'm sick and tired of it, man.
And it's not just girls, mandem too, man. A lot of guys like wallow in their own filth because they're heartbroken. It's understandable. People get heartbroken left, right, and center almost every day. But there is always so much time, unless God forbid you're dying, you've got cancer or something terminally ill. That's a completely different tangent.
Yeah.
But if you're healthy, you're fine. Like externally, internally, you're just obviously heartbroken. Then big man,
Bruv.
obviously time is a healer, but just move on.
But the thing is, as
Move
well, is
on.
I think a lot of people. I actually had this. Bella's the first girl I've actually heard openly admit this. It was a good conversation that we had the other week, and like people should. This sounds like a pretty backwards way to say it, but people should look forward to being heartbroken more often. But I get heart. Like I said to you the other week, like I wear my heart on my sleeve, bro. I get heartbroken for banter.
Yeah.
But
it's like mini heartbreaks.
It's fun. Yes, mini heartbreaks. No one can actually really truly touch my soul like that. But
They will.
They will. But it's fucking fun at the same time because you can only get hurt when you allow yourself to be happy. That's the thing. Like it's like you said, this was the roller coaster and stuff like that. Like, don't be scared of heartbreak because if you're getting heartbroken, that means before that you were fucking happy. And if you didn't get heartbroken, then you wouldn't have never been happy. You
would have been content.
Yeah. If someone broke up with you or someone cheated on you or something like that, and you were just like meh, then you were never really happy in the first place.
Yeah.
So like you can't get the good without the bad, man. If you're scared of getting heartbroken, then you're also scared of being happy.
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah, man, just go and be happy because it's much better than just being like, I find it hard to get close to people and get my guard up because I don't want to get hurt. Big man, get hurt.
Get hurt because
you're before that
you're gassed. You're happy.
Gassed and you're fucking happy, and it's more fun to be happy, man.
Yeah,
like being happy is the fucking best.
It's the best feeling in the world.
It's the fucking best. So just don't drop this guard shit, man. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to get hurt, and fucking. You're right. I thought that was loud. Are you all right? Am I boring you, fam? You fiddling?
Sorry, fam. It was off the ting, so I put it back.
Jesus. Jesus, what the fuck was I saying? Yeah. Drop your guard, man. Drop your guard. Like, let yourself get hurt because you're gonna get over it like you did the last 7 times. And you were happy before that. Yeah. You were happy because every time when I go through my little outbreaks and stuff like that, every time before that
you were happy. You were gassed. Yeah, you were gassed.
Gassed off the hoe. I was fucking gassed, bruv. I was excited I was excited for all sorts.
Yeah.
And that was worth it, man. The heartbreak's always worth it. Yeah. It's always worth it 100%. Because the harder you fall, the higher you were before.
Yeah.
Like you can only fall hard if it was from a high height. Like that's just it. I don't know how to explain it any better way, man. Just get hurt, fam. Just it's fun.
Be vulnerable. Being vulnerable is exposing yourself. Like we're vulnerable in what we do, like this podcast, because we're free. We talk about everyday stuff and we don't hold back.
That's why the podcast is fun.
That's why it's called Shits and Gigs, and that's why it's fun. And that's why a lot of people either can relate to it or will relate to it if and when they listen to it, because we are just speaking truth. We're speaking like it's a day-to-day conversation. It's just that the camera's on.
Bro, exactly. And it's like, I put myself vulnerable, and the more vulnerable I allow myself to be, making jokes about pedophilia, telling people that I bust a nut in half a second, like all these things, the more vulnerable I allow myself to be, the more fun the conversation is. So the more I allow myself to get hurt, I don't know how this will hurt me, but like I said, the more vulnerable I allow myself to be, or the more open I am to scrutiny, the more I will laugh at the time that I'm doing it, and the more fun I have, and the more I will feel encouraged to do the next episode. Yeah. Because if I just had a list of shit that I want to talk about, I'm like, I'm not gonna talk about that because of this. Yeah. No, I ain't talking about that because
it'll be boring.
It's shit. It'll be boring. And I wouldn't even want to do it. Yeah. I won't want to do it. Yeah. And I'm just like, it's just pointless. So yeah, man, just have fun all the time. Fucking do what you want to do. Be vulnerable. Have fun. Get hurt, and boy, it's gonna be worth it.
It's gonna be worth it.
It's gonna be worth it
because you're gonna be talking about this with whoever you sat down with in 25 years time. Like I did this, and this, and this, and this. You've loved life, man, and you're happy again.
Yeah, man, chilling. Oh, it makes me want to get hurt now. I love it. That's why I said. That's why I said Toby's a cuck. Because he loves getting hurt. He loves
the thrill of getting hurt.
He loves the thrill of being vulnerable. He fucking loves it. Oh, Jesus.
That's funny.
Right, just before we wrap up.
Yeah. That was a great topic.
I just want to give you a little. Let's ask this one. Big man, how many people, for you especially, this is funny. How many people would you kill to get to be 6'2"? How many people would you fucking kill to be 6'2"?
Just for context, I'm under 6 foot. And height, obviously, if you scroll back to episode 2, 5 male insecurities, and I said one of them was height. And if you remember my specific example, I told a girl I was 5'9", and she looked at me just dead in my boat. And I knew she knew I wasn't 5'9" because she was 5'9". So how many people would I kill? That's deep though. To kill, would I get caught?
No.
never get caught.
You have to kill them with a knife, though. You have to stab them.
Oh, that's brutal.
So whatever number you say are lined up in a room. You just have to stab them, make sure they're dead, and then the next one comes in. Or if it's just one that you said, and then that's it. You have to kill them.
Jesus Christ.
You don't know them. You don't know their story.
I couldn't do it.
You're not killing anyone.
I couldn't do it.
6'2".
I couldn't do it.
All right.
I couldn't do it.
You're not killing anyone.
I couldn't do it.
All right. Let's say, how many pedophiles would you kill?
Oh, that's different.
How many?
I kill loads.
With your bare hands?
Yeah, I'll bang them. If they couldn't move, if they were like tied in a chair and that didn't fight back, I'd rock them. I'd rock them till they die.
I think I'd rather if they did fight back.
Why?
I don't want to kill someone
Oh,
just
yeah,
sitting
just
in
like,
a
okay,
chair.
yeah, okay. When it gets to that stage, obviously I'll be like, fuck, yeah, untie him. Untie him, let him swing.
Jesus.
But no, if it was people that deserve to die,
Yeah.
I would stab them. But not like day-to-day people like John from down the road that's living his best life. Nah, I wouldn't want to. No, come
All
on,
right,
bro.
cool. All right, man.
Nah,
All right, cool.
that's harsh. But I know where you're coming from. I know you're trying to feed something out of me, but because if
That's
you
your
know
dream come true,
if
bro.
you know me, you know I would love to be 6'2". That's like my ideal height because I just know I'd be the best man I can be. I'm not saying I'm not happy. I'm very fucking happy now, and I'm content with life. Like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But if God gave me an extra 5 inches,
Mm.
wrap
Calm.
package.
All right, man. Let me wrap this thing and then we can do a different one.